Hello, Leah on the line. Hi guys, if you recognize this, you're a true bestie. First of all, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. I've missed you so much. Ignore my ugly, dusty, crusty nails. What's new? So for those of you that don't know or don't know what this symbolizes, I have a podcast called Leah on the Line that is currently not being recorded. No new episodes are being released. I'm so sorry. There is no update on that. I don't know how I feel. I don't know where I stand. However, I said when I stepped away from the pod for a bit that I was going to bring podcast style episodes to my channel, and I realized I haven't done that yet. So I wanted to give it a go, see how I feel, see if I enjoy it, see if you guys enjoy it. Because listen, I love to vlog. I find vlogging very fun and it comes very naturally to me. So I thought it would be a good idea to see how this sort of YouTube video makes me feel. And honestly, this phone is so nostalgic. If Leah on the Line had a number, what would it be? I feel like it would be like, remember when you used to write boobies on a calculator? 50051332. That is the number for Leah on the Line. We've decided. Hello besties, I've missed you so much. Okay, essentially this podcast that I have, and if you haven't listened to it, I will do a little brief explanation. It is essentially Leah on the Line, agony aunt. So you guys send in dilemmas or just things that you're going through, things that you want an opinion on, advice on, you want to get off your chest. And I consider myself some sort of fucking expert and have told myself I've got the right to give my opinion and advice and think people should listen to me. Listen, I don't know. But yeah, and it's also just a safe space where people can talk about all things that they don't have someone to talk about in real life, or maybe that it's just a bit too private and they don't want to share it with their close friends or family. And then I can sort of be that middleman, like that unbiased bestie that is just here for you and only you. So we're bringing that to the channel today, and that is essentially what this video is going to be, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Do I put the pod music in? It's getting closer to midnight. Like, do we need a little... It's getting closer to midnight. Or is it too much? Alright, let's get into it. If any of you guys did want to know, these PJs are actually Primark. If I get any questions, I love these. I literally have the vest and shorts of this. Okay, so you guys sent in dilemmas. Let's start with this one. I lost my friends, dropped out of uni, and now I feel so alone. I'm currently 21 and recently dropped out of uni after 2 years. I was really unsure about the degree and I couldn't see a future in it, but the bigger reason was a major fallout with my housemates. See, pause. This is kind of insane to me. You've dropped out of your degree after 2 years because of a fallout with your housemates. It must have been a huge fallout, because if it's like a 3-year degree, you've got a year left. You're 2/3 of the way through and it's ruined by housemates. I was struggling with my mental health at the time, and instead of supporting me, they made secret group chats about me. Without me, sorry, not about me. Gossiped about my issues and even went to the estate agents to get my parents' number to tell them the things I wasn't comfortable sharing yet. Stop, like what? They'd take my things out the kitchen when I went home or was at work, and anytime I walked into a room they'd go silent and leave. This is vulgar. This is the shit that makes me go, I hate girls. These girls are the reason that I don't have friends, because I know exactly these type of girls, and these are the girls I have experience with. Vile. It's so mean. It's scary. That is scary. It was honestly the worst time of my life. Even my childhood besties started adding fuel to the fire by telling them things I'd said to her and taking them out of context to make it all sound worse than it actually was. I just ran downstairs to get my parcel on now. I'm severely out of breath. Like, what? Why is everyone going against you? What is going on here? I ended up constantly going home to see my boyfriend. Okay, great. We have one positive relationship around. See my boyfriend and family when I wasn't working, and eventually moved out and left uni altogether. Now I'm living back home and feeling really lonely. Now I actually get why you would have left. Like, if it genuinely just feels like you're living in the most vile environment, like you're being bullied, like this is a situation where you are being bullied, so I can completely understand. It's like moving schools, like when you're being bullied. What I'm annoyed about for you is you've lost out on your opportunity to walk away with this degree. If anything, it could have been the worst 3 years of your life, but at the end of it, you got your degree and you walked away and you've got your degree, and no one can take that away from you. But actually, they took it away from you, and that's what annoys me, that it got so bad to the point where you lost. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what annoys me. My boyfriend works nights, so our schedules do not align, and although I love my part-time job at a cute little tea shop, the women I work with are all older and are at much different stages of life with kids, etc. So they're very much just work friends. I've started a business and talked to a few girls doing the same thing, but honestly they're just online connections. I really want to find some girlies that I can say are true friends and have some cute girly dates. Let's face it, my boyfriend doesn't really want to come pottery painting with me, as much as he'd lie and say he does, bless him. Literally me with Jamie. I also want to turn this loneliness into something positive and focus on finding me again. Yeah, but I have no clue where to start. I've thought about solo travel, but I'm not sure I'd feel safe doing it alone. Any advice would mean so much, girly, thank you. Right, I fully get it. Like, sorry I keep playing with my hair. I completely understand what you're feeling. I had a really similar experience at uni. Not like to that extreme, like at all, but I walked away with no friends and it's really lonely, like post-grad, let alone like you've left. So yeah, you're not post-grad, but it's still the same feeling, you know, like you've been away for a couple of years and then you've come home, you don't have your friends. And I know that experience is really lonely. You guys also know, like, I talk very openly about the fact that I don't have many, well, I don't have best friends, you know, like I've got mates and stuff like that, but I don't have best friends. So I completely resonate with you in that way. And I'm sure you already know that. So I sympathise for you there. And I'm 28. I think you're a bit younger than me because of where you're at. I don't know if you went to uni straight like at 18 or if you went later, but I'm just going to assume you're like maybe like 20, 21 or something, or maybe a couple of years older, I don't know. And also I'm like 28 nearly, and in a very similar position to you socially and, you know, like circle wise. And I think you're 100% right in focusing this time on finding yourself, and that's what I did, because I realised like I just became who I was around, and I realised I became my friends, like whoever I was close with at the time, like I basically adopted their personality, like I spoke like them. And I genuinely think this needs to be studied, because Ariana Grande does it with all her boyfriends, like, and I do it in ways as well, like I don't know, I think it is natural. I do think it is natural to an extent. Not having people that you're constantly around, I think can be good, because you have no choice but to just figure out who you are without outside influence and without external validation and stuff like that. Like just figuring out who you are and who you want to be, because this is where you get to decide like what kind of person do I want to be. I think once you are confident in who you are and you like who you are and you know who you are, that's when I think you'll be in a good position to put yourself out there with friendship, because there is obviously going to be trauma there. Like you've been treated like shit by friends, and I think it's really important that you unpack that first to have healthy friendships in life. It's no different to relationships when you're treated really poorly by someone, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then you move into a new relationship. You carry that experience with you, and it will mirror who you are as a partner, like it would who you are as a friend. So yeah, focus this time on who you want to be and be someone that you like, so you can say I like myself, I'm proud of myself, and then your future friendships will blossom because of that and will reap the rewards of a girl who knows who she is and is happy with who she is and is kind and a good friend, you know. But I love you and I'm proud of you, and I'm really sorry that you had this experience, and I hope you don't allow it to shape you as a person. Hey love, buckle in, it's a long one. I'm strapped, I'm sat. I've just broken up with my long-term partner for 6 years. I know deep down he's a good guy, but there was just this undescribable feeling that I couldn't shift, and I was really sad a lot of the time towards the end, as I felt like I wasn't getting the love that I needed. But I always put it down to me being too sensitive or needing too much. I moved into his flat in 2021, and in hindsight, we both realised now that it was too soon. I was only 20 and heartbroken about leaving my family / hometown, and we never really had many conversations about our goals as a couple. The agreement was that he would continue to pay for this flat, and I would contribute to food shops, etc., but continue to save money towards our future deposit for a house. That being said, I look back now and realise that there was a huge power imbalance, as I felt like I had to pick up all of the housework, when generally speaking, day to day I was putting in a lot more effort than he was. Unfortunately, I got really unwell not long after moving in and was suffering with chronic illness, crippling anxiety on top of work and general day-to-day stuff. My mum also got really unwell, which added to my worry, and needless to say, I was surviving and not thriving. Whilst it's not his fault, I don't think he was really able to step up and give me the support that I needed. I recognise I could have been better at asking for help, so that's a learning for me. But I also just feel like I needed someone who could read the room and try their best to help me in a time that was difficult. We are very different emotionally. He had a tough upbringing and comes from a broken home, which I think makes him very reserved when opening up or talking about his feelings. So as an emotional girly, feeling desperate and vulnerable, I found it really tough. Summary of the story is, I think we're just on different timelines and he's very shut off emotionally, which as an empath, I just can't handle. We met up recently and he told me that he went on a date just a few weeks after we split, which is just bonkers to me. Obviously my initial reaction was, what the fuck babe, lol. But also I'm emotionally intelligent enough to know that he wouldn't have done this to hurt me, and it's just his weird way of moving on. But it also really hurts to think that he would genuinely choose to go with someone else. He's already admitted to going on the date, which made him realise he hadn't processed the ending of our relationship and he's not ready to date someone else. He also said he'd be open for meeting up again. However, knowing he's done this sort of makes me feel like we will never be on the same page in terms of feelings or emotional well-being. I think I put him on a pedestal for looking so sorted with life, which I now recognise no one is. And when I saw him most recently, I was actually just looking at a lovely guy who was really struggling. I'm heartbroken for him as I want him to be happy and open up about his feelings, but I also think I'm done with trying to knock down his walls / fix him, and now it's time to move on for my own mental health despite it being hard. Any advice or thoughts? Lots of love. Okay, I completely agree with you. Sorry, why am I so itchy? I think you're very, like you said, emotionally intelligent, and I think you're very self-aware. You remind me, like when I read this, you remind me of me. Like I feel like our brains are very similar. Like in any sort of conflict or relationship or friendship, like I do what you do, where I'm like, I overthink down to the tiniest little thing, and I'm like, maybe it's because of this, and maybe because his childhood, and like you said, like he was brought up in this home and I was brought up in this home, and then we're very different emotionally, and maybe I just sort of thought of him like this because he has his home and he had a flat and I thought he was sorted in life, but actually that's not what's important to me, blah blah. I am so like you in that way, where like I spend so much of my time, my brain is just going round. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, you're going to be exhausted. Like, I know you're exhausted. I just know it. I don't even need to meet you face to face. I know you're drained. Like, it's so draining doing that. And I feel you. But also, it's a good thing because it doesn't leave room for regret and it doesn't leave room for impulsive decisions. Like, I think when we are like that, every decision we make, we have thought it through. Like, believe me, I've not made an impulsive decision since I was 3. Like, I think everything through, and I feel like you're very similar to that. So I feel like the fact that you've decided to walk away, you know to your core that that is what you want / need, because you do not just make light decisions. I know that from reading this email. Like, you think heavy, you feel heavy, you analyse, you self-analyse, you self-criticise. Like, you are self-aware and, like you say, emotionally intelligent. And I feel like just because something feels really difficult, like I always say this about breakups, and I really recommend listening to the breakup episode if you haven't already, on my podcast. If just because something feels really sad and it hurts you and you're conflicted at times, doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do. You know, like, you can know to your gut that you want more out of a relationship and you need more out of a relationship, and still look at someone and think, you are so lovely, you're so good, like, you're such a good guy, and none of it's your fault. Like, you know, like you said, you don't think it's his fault, and you're not a bad guy, and it's not your fault, and it's just who you are. But it can also be really bad for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone can be such a good guy but be the worst thing you could do in your life to be with them, because they are the opposite of what you need and the opposite of what you understand. Like you said, as an empath, like, you can't imagine being shut down emotionally, and you shouldn't have to. Like, you shouldn't have to spend your time trying to, oh, maybe it's because of this, and like, it's up to you what you do. And a lot of people will stay in a relationship knowing that they've got their issues that they need to work through, and hopefully they come out the other side. And I think you only do that if it feels like that is the right thing and it feels like that's your person in life. If you can look at them and say, like, you're lovely but I just need more, and your thought is, I'll get that elsewhere, then go with that and do that, and believe me, you won't have regrets, because like you said, you have thought this fucking through. You know, I love you. Proud of you as well. You're so strong. I love that. My best friend's hen is getting out of hand. I love a hen do dilemma. Listen, I don't think I've ever heard of a hen do. Never been to a hen do. Who's surprised? Who's surprised I've never been to a hen do? Raise your hand. No, didn't think so. Anyway, I've never been to a hen do, but everyone I know is going to a hen I've heard that it's just chaos. Like, the group chat's fucking shit, and this person don't want to pay for this, and this person's saying this, and this one ain't coming now, and this one was planning it, now she don't want to plan it no more. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, hey Leah. Hello, Gorge. I have a Hindu wedding dilemma I'm hoping you can help with. I truly don't know if I'm the best for this, because as I said, I've never been to a hen. I have been invited to a hen, but I couldn't actually go. But I'll give it my best shot. My best friend got engaged last November. She has always been the type to say that she wants something low-key. Okay, can't relate. Okay, interesting choice, but each to their own. She didn't want a hen do, and she wanted to just get married. She didn't want a hen! God forbid. She wanted to just get married with 2 witnesses and then have a casual party after. Low-key love that, actually, to be honest. Like, here for the party. Now, this has somehow escalated into her having an Ibiza hen do with 22 people, a UK hen do, a small weekend in a country manor, and a big party 2 weeks later. Is everything okay? What's happened there? I've been asked to plan the Ibiza hen do. No way. Which I was obviously honoured to do. But the whole thing is costing so much. Accommodation and flights are coming to £800 per person before any activities or spending money. Wow! How long were we in Ibiza? I'm not planning the UK one, but that's coming to £150 for a spa day, and they want to do dinner after, so probably £250. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Me and my partner have to buy accommodation for both weddings. The first one is such a fancy place, and the rooms are £300 each. It's totaling around 2k minimum each. Darling, really happy for you that you're getting married, but I the fucking queen, because £2,000 in this economy is insane. I'm finding the Ibiza hen the most difficult, as the other girls in the group all earn 70 to 80k plus, in brackets, slay. And I earn half that. What do? They want to go all out. I fucking bet they do with their 80k a year. I'm sorry, you pay. Literally you pay. That's a month's wages. Pay for it all. They want to go all out, a bed at Ocean Beach, 3 to 4 events, a private boat, etc. And they want to cover all the bride's costs. Sorry, the bride can cover mine at this rate. To have friends, I'm sorry, I need rich, generous friends like this bride to say like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's pay for the bride. And to be fair, I think that is quite normal, isn't it? That everyone pays for the bride. It's gotten to a point now where I feel so stressed about affording it all that I don't know what to do. Yeah, valid, babe. I feel angry at her for going from 0 to 100 and expecting such a huge financial commitment with so little notice. She told us about the 2 weddings in February, this Ibiza hen in April, and the UK hen last week. She's getting married in September. 2 weddings? She's having 2 weddings? Fuck me. How do I communicate with the other girls that I can't afford to do as much as they're wanting to, and I don't think it's fair to ask me to cover the bride's cost too, but it's already so expensive? And how do I not let my annoyance at this whole thing affect my friendship with her? Love, a very stressed maid of honour. Thanks so much, you're my favourite creator ever. Thank you for keeping me company. I love you so much. Okay, here. I don't think you are in the wrong for not going. And I know there's probably people listening to this that just gasp out loud. And I'll tell you why. I am not expected to have the finances to fund your desires, because I cannot click my fingers and make something happen because you want that hen do. Unfortunately, I am not earning 80 bags a year. Okay? If I was in your position, and it's really shit because you're the maid of honour, like you're obviously her best friend, you're the maid of honour. This is what I would do in your position, and I'd feel proper shit about it, but I'd feel like I've got no choice. I'd talk to the bride and I'd say, look, babe, I'm gutted. I feel really upset and I've cried many tears, because I would have. I don't know if you have, but I definitely would have. And unfortunately, if this was the case, by the way, if it was like, look, I cannot afford it. I can't afford it. End of story, I cannot afford this hen do. I'd say, I can't go on your hen. I'm going to hand things over, because they're clearly fucking arranging it pretty fine on their own without me. It's meant to be my fucking plan. They're fucking planning the whole fucking trip. I'm going to hand this over to Shelley, and I'm really upset because I'm not going to be able to go. If that's okay with you, by the way. No, well, not really if it's okay with you, because what if it ain't? Well, I need some money then, please, because I can't go. Anyway, I would say I've written down everything. I've written down my finances. I've figured out how much I can put away a week or a month to try and make this work. And unfortunately it's out of my budget, and I'm so hurt and upset that this is happening and I can't come to my best friend's hen do. I've gone from planning it to not coming, but I physically cannot afford it. I physically can't. There's nothing I can do. I will plan something for me and you. I will treat you to a special hen weekend, me and you. She will be fucking buzzing, because by the sounds of it, she wants about 10 hen do's anyway. So that's, I feel like in your situation, that's literally all you can do. Like, what else can you do? And if that was me, the bride, and my best friend had come to me and was like, I can't afford it, I'd either say, we'll do less because it's important to me that you're there. So we will do a cheaper, less intense hen do because my priority is that you're there. Or if that's not her priority and she just wants a big blowout hen do, which is absolutely fine and she's entitled to do that, I would say, I get it. And I would say, is there any way we can help? Like, have you said this to the girls? Is there a way around it? And if the answer is no, there's no way around it. And my best friend said to me, I will plan something. I really want to celebrate you getting married as your best friend. I will plan something and we'll do, just give me a weekend that you're free and we'll do something, just me and you. And I would say that's good enough, because what can you do? I'm not earning the same amount of money as you. We're in different tax brackets. I feel like that is all you can do in a situation like that, you know, and that's shit. And I really feel for you, because you're gonna, if you do decide to do that and decide to not go, you're gonna have such FOMO. But also I think you're better off saying, look, I'm not gonna give you less of a hen do because I can't afford it. You know, I'm not gonna make your hen do smaller because I don't have the money to go. You deserve your big blowout hen do, and I'm not going to get in the way of that. But it just means I can't come. I think that's valid. Anyone else? Parents in the living room, what do we think? Guys, this is so funny, right? Somebody sent me this screenshot the other day where she said to ChatGPT, I'm sending a dilemma for a YouTube video. Please can you help me word it nicely? She sent me the screenshot and was like, I thought this would make you laugh. It's so funny. I was literally crying. How to deal with being the other woman knowing he's cheating on his girlfriend with you? Right, first of all, we don't deal with that, because he's gonna cheat on you, my hun. Here's what's gonna happen. Also, surely a guy being a cheater and a liar is hands down the most unattractive trait they could have, apart from like anything murderous or illegal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just like as a human, as a partner, being a lie and cheat is probably enough for me to lose interest quite quick. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the girls who can be the other woman, because first of all, why do you feel so low about yourself that you're okay to be the other woman? Like, you deserve better than that. And also, can we not protect each other as women to not be that? Obviously, I'm not saying you do that because it's the guy that's doing it, but can we not protect each other and look out for each other as women to stop that where we have the opportunity to, you know? And honestly, I always say this, like, if a guy is cheating on someone to be with you, I fucking guarantee he's gonna hurt you. You're not a nice guy. And it's so simple to me. Even if they're like, no, like, he won't cheat, blah, blah. He's not a nice guy. Like, I don't care if he's not gonna cheat on you. He's not a nice guy, so he's gonna do something that's gonna be awful. Almost 29 and I'm still single. I feel like every guy is only after one thing. I am the biggest, like, in a relationship man hater you ever meet. Like, I love my man, but I hate man. I always see TikToks about that, like, I'm the biggest man hater, but like, love my man, like, I'm such a little soft girl princess for him. Literally me. I actually don't think men are all after one thing. I think men would all love it. I think all men love it and are massively motivated by it. But there are 1,000,000% lovely guys out there, and I do believe this. I know I joke about being a man hater, I'm really not. There are so many lovely guys. There's so many really sweet, really genuine, really kind, raised so well, like incredible manners, like a humongous heart, emotionally intelligent. There are guys out there like that. I don't believe it either, but no, I'm only joking. There really is. And I think you just haven't found the one, and just because you haven't found the one does not mean that there isn't one. It just means that you're not meant to find him yet. And this time is, you know what, I'm a little woo-woo, and I really truly believe that the universe will guide you through your whole life. And I think if you're meant to be with your soulmate now, you'd be with him. And if you're meant to be single right now, you'd be single right now. And I truly hand on heart believe that. And I just think, you know what I found when I was going through like, what the fuck is my life? Like relationships are confusing me, finances, work, living, like it was all up in the air at once for me. What gave me the biggest peace was I literally held it all in my hands and I gave it to the universe and I said, over to you, babe. And I found so much peace in knowing it's not in my hands. Like obviously like there is so much that is in your hands and you can control, but who you're meant to be with, what you're supposed to do for a living, where you're supposed to be right now or in 10 years and blah blah blah, I believe it's out of my hands. I hand it over to the universe and I trust it. I trust it with my heart and soul. I trust the universe with my life. So I found peace in that. And I know people are like, okay, what, are you a witch? Like people think I'm quite weird for that, but I don't know, I found a lot of peace in that. Maybe you will too, I don't know. And also, it's not unusual to be single when you're 29. I know so many people my age that aren't in relationships and I'm 28. I know loads of people that have been in relationships for 10 years and break up when they're 30. Like there is nothing shameful about being single at any stage in your life. It actually makes no sense whether you're 21 or 50 and going for a breakup or you're just single long term. Like it's actually weird to think that that means anything. Like some people actually just don't want a relationship in life and they're quite content on their own and they're surrounded by love by their friends and family and they feel fulfilled in that way. You can also be someone in a relationship and feel completely empty and unfulfilled and completely lonely and solo. Just having a partner does not make you happy and fulfilled, you know. How to not feel like an outsider around girls your own age / open yourself up to connection. I actually really resonate with that. I 100% feel like an outsider. Like when I'm surrounded by girls any age, I feel so different. I feel so different to them. I feel like I'm like a lad in a room full of girls. No one gets me, like no one likes me, no one thinks I'm funny, people think I'm savage, people think I'm blunt. I really relate to you and I don't really know how to not feel like that. That's a difficult one. I think one thing I've learned actually very recently is I can be completely wrong about a situation. Like I really read something not long ago. I was in a situation and I was having a conversation with this small group of girls and I was just convinced that this one girl had an issue. I was really upset. I left that day and I was like, I feel rubbish. Like I feel so rubbish. And then literally like a week later, she replied to my story something nice, and I was like, I misread that whole situation. I completely made up that she like didn't like me. And I was really upset and I was really going over in my head like, why didn't she like me? Why would she not like me? Like I really like her. Like I thought, you know, like, and I was really upset and I was really bothered. And then when I saw that message, I was so relieved. I was like, thank God. Oh my God, thank God. She does like me, thank God. And then I said to myself, you actually need help, Leah, because whether or not someone likes you should not matter to should not matter to you that much. So I think feeling like an outsider, it definitely comes from that. Is like, I think maybe we make it up a bit. Like maybe we're not an outsider and maybe we just make it up, and maybe we're hypersensitive and we overanalyze and we read into situations so deep that we convince ourselves we're the outsider, but actually we're not at all. Do you know what I mean? People are just really fucking normal. Because I walk away from situations as well and I go, was I rude to that girl? Because I feel like I didn't really acknowledge her that much. Oh my God, I hope she didn't feel like that. Oh, I didn't even realise until now, blah, blah, blah. And then I feel terrible. And it's an accident. Yeah, I feel like being an outsider a lot of the time, we actually make that up. Like, I did it myself. You know that sound on TikTok? I actually did it myself. Yeah. And sometimes I think we make ourselves an outsider. Like sometimes I'll just stand there. Like I'll get this idea in my head like, oh, she doesn't like me. Like she isn't talking to me. She doesn't like me. And I'll just stand there and I'm like, and like obviously she's not going to talk to you. Like what's wrong with you? Like let's cheer up. Honestly, I think a lot of us are just like hypersensitive and weird. Bless us. Do you know what I mean? We're like, no one likes us. But yeah, we're like so fine. Anyway, I'm gonna close this video off here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Definitely let me know. I wouldn't say I enjoy it more than vlogging. Like I love to vlog, and this for me, I've got to be in the mood for it. I've got to have the dilemmas for it. I've got to be in the right frame of mind for it. Because if I've got shit going on with me, like it's really hard to sit here and talk. Guys, I've done myself a pedicure, right? And I done myself a little white tip with my gel lamp, and my God, they look so good. But do you think I'd ever show my toes on the internet? This is a secret about me. I've got some of the crustiest, dustiest toes you've ever seen, and my toes curl like this under each other. I got it from my dad. Thanks, Dad, for that. but they all curl under each other, right? And I posted a picture on Instagram the other day and my toes are in it for the first time ever. Normally I cut my toes out. I just know, God forbid, people are going to go over to my Instagram and look for that pic. Okay, it's the one where I'm on a step like this and you can see my toes in it and they're all curly, and I thought, oh, you just got to put it out there, Leah. Like, you got horrible toes, just fucking own it, babe. You got to just fucking own it. I hate wearing open toe heels for that reason. How am I talking about toes? How did I get there? But if you are going to go and look at that pic, just go and comment like, love your toes. Lovely toes. Your toes are so nice. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. It feels really good to sit down and have a cozy chat with you. I actually love this, like, super vibes. Please, let's chat in the comments, and also drop your advice. Like, drop your advice to these girls in the comments. Like, if you feel like I'm way off the mark, absolutely put it in the comments and say, to the girl that said this, I would actually not listen to Leah at all. Like, if you think she should just save up some fucking money and go on the hen do, let's have a chat in the comments, okay? All these opinions are definitely helpful. I'm sure the girls that send in the dilemmas would actually really appreciate more voices, more opinions. That is honestly probably the thing that makes it better than the pod, because we can fully discuss the dilemmas in the comments, which is stun. But yeah, I love you so much, and next week will obviously be a vlog. My life is about to get busy. Like, next week I'm in London for 2 nights, so that's being vlogged. I'm having a girly sleepover. I'm really excited. I get to see my manager for the first time in ages. We're gonna go out for a bit of food, I think, and then I have the big White Fox party. I don't know what to do with my hair, but yeah, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video. I'm so grateful if you made it all the way to the end. I feel like there's only one way to close out this video, and if you don't listen to my podcast, you're gonna think this is really weird. But if you are the pod girlies, I feel like you're gonna enjoy this. All right, guys, I love you. Bye.